Welcome to VSG Black-ish, another episode. Listen, I know it's been a minute since I've been on, a couple of months. Just wanted to give myself some time to dedicate myself completely to my process of wellness and wholeness, and life happens in between. But just so happy to be back and giving you all an update of where I am in my wellness journey. So I am 9 months post-op from VSG surgery. I had surgery December 23rd, 2019. I was over 400 pounds during surgery, right before surgery rather. I think I lost 15 pounds pre-surgery. So I was weighing maybe a little around 398, 395 at time of surgery. But now today, 9 months later, I am in the 230s. So I am weighing, I think as of yesterday, 235 is currently what I am weighing. And I'm just so grateful about the process. Life has changed completely, not just because of the physical look, but health-wise, just feeling great, feeling better, being able to sleep a whole 8-9 hours without being interrupted, do sleep apnea, snoring, or what have you, being able to walk as far as I want, not having any complications, having so much energy. Listen, so much energy to be able to do more with my day and more with my time. So what's been going on with me? So what I have been doing is continuing to grind in the gym. Continuing to try to get my weight loss goals checked off. And so ever since I have been cleared to go back to the gym, I've been in the gym no less than 5 times a week. I stay in the gym maybe 2 to 2.5 hours every day that I do go. Just working, taking my time and working on building a better me. So I have been successful in that. It has not been easy at all. It has not been a cakewalk at all. Ultimately, the change starts here. The change starts in your mindset. The change starts in what you want in life. So if you don't make those changes and stop and analyze what you truly want out of life, what goals you want, you really won't be committed to the journey. So you do have to stop. And that was a couple of weeks that I took without doing videos or what have you. I just took that time to stop and consider what I really wanted. I created a vision board. I journaled. I read some books. I looked at some content that helped me better understand where I wanted to end. Because if you don't have a clear picture of where you want to end, you really will just be fishing your way or, really going in the dark. And that can become frustrating, especially when you hit those walls and you have those emotional days and there's really no clear picture on where you're going. So I took some time to do that because ultimately, the congratulations are great. Everyone's saying, oh, wow, but it only lasts for a moment. It's got to come from within. Your motivation, ultimately, it has to come from within. Because a lot of times, and here I'm going to say something that may be controversial. Bad motivation is not always a bad thing. Now, bad motivation will not last. What is bad motivation? Bad motivation is when you're motivated to change because somebody did something to you, and it's a sense of revenge. It's a sense of, I want to get them back. It's a sense of, I'm going to grind so that they can see me at my best self. That motivation is, some would say no, it's not. But I say that motivation is okay to begin with. But somewhere in your journey, you ought to wake up and come to yourself and understand, you know what? I am good enough and I am worthy enough for me to get myself together for me, not for an enemy, not for family, not for anyone else, not for a spouse, not for my kids, but for me. I am worthy enough for me to do what is necessary, for me to put in the work, for me to be my best self. I'm doing it for me. So if your motivation does not shift to you focus on you, then it will not last. Ultimately, you will get the results you want or on your way to get the results you want. And because ultimately, when you do things for people, all you want is a response. All you want is a response. All you want is, oh my God, you look great. Or all you want is, wow. All you want is, oh my God, you look so good. And when you're only searching for that, you will stop. And then you'll go back to where you started. And that's not the goal. The goal is to always be reaching for better. Always to go towards better. Even when you reach your goal, go for another one. Immediately go for another one. So that has been my goal. That has been my focus. My focus has been, I want to make sure this is what I want. You have to stop and ask yourself, is this what you really want? I don't care where you are in your journey. You've got to have that conversation constantly. Is this still what you want? Because people change, things change. You know, we're in the midst of a crazy time. And if your goals and your desires have not changed, you know, you may want to take some time and say, you know, is this really what I want? And it's okay. It's okay to change as long as you're changing for the better. I feel like I'm rambling, but that is where I've been. To be honest with you, I woke up a couple of weeks ago and I just was not motivated. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to eat right. I didn't want to just do what was necessary to continue on this health journey. And I was so hard on myself. And ultimately, I had to lighten up. I had to lighten up on myself, and I had to say, if I just keep doing it because I have to, I'm not going to last. I have to find some way of making this journey enjoyable. A lot of times we focus on the goal. We don't concentrate on where we are now presently and how we can make this enjoyable. Because one thing I've understood is there's two people in us. There's our current self, and then there's our future self. And a lot of times our current self can sabotage our future self because our current self is fixated on instant gratification. It wants what it wants now. It wants the sweets. I have a sweet. I love baked goods. So right now I have a taste for a cake. So I want cake now. That's currently. You know, I want a soda. I have a taste for soda. I want to lay in the bed. You know, current you wants instant gratification. Future you understands strategy. Future you understands that you have to put the work in. You have to, you know, go to the gym to get to the results you want. You have to deny your cravings for sweets and sugar and soda and whatever else, pasta, if that's you, bread. You have to deny yourself to that person, you know, whatever that is, that thing, that thorn in your flesh is at that moment. Future you understands that. So a lot of times the current you and the future you have a disagreement. And you have to create strategies where there can be a compromise and where ultimately future you sort of wins. So I've been taking this time to strategize on the compromise. My compromise has been, I love podcasts. I'm a nerd, a geek like that. I love podcasts. from self-help to comedy to political to current events to pop culture. I love it all. I love different arrays of podcasts. But one thing I have done is I save my podcasts for workouts. So my motivation is when it's time to go to the gym, I'm motivated now, not just because the gym is going to get me to my goal, but I've added some pleasure to what is going to assist me to my goal, so that it no longer becomes quite of a task, but it becomes something enjoyable. So I save my podcast for when I work out. So I find enjoyment in podcasts. So when I'm working out, I get lost in my podcast. I get lost in listening to what I've been looking for every week. When they drop a podcast, I'm like, it's time to go to the gym so I can listen to my favorite podcast. And podcasts that I listen to is like an hour long, over an hour long. That's over half my workout. So you've gotta, do what makes you happy, and you gotta find that compromise and that something enjoyable to add to what may be strenuous, so that you won't give up and you won't abort the journey. So that's where I've been. I've just been trying out new foods. Again, with gastric bypass, for at least a year, you're limited to mainly protein, no sugary foods, sugar-free foods for the most part, anything less than 10 grams of sugar. If you do sugar foods. So limited to fried foods. I have been eating fried foods. I'm sorry, but I limit it. But just been trying out new things, and just been enjoying the process. I am reaching my goal. I'm reaching my goal. So I still some flab here, but that's going to happen. But I'm working to get the body that I've always wanted and I've always desired. But that's what's going on with me. I'm trying to think of some things that people have been asking me. I'm going to do some other videos in regards to what I am eating currently, some things that I like, some things that I have been snacking on, and things of that nature. If you have anything you want me to do a video on, please, again, comment on the video, let me know, and I will do a video on it. But thank you again for your support. Please share to someone who may be on this journey, whether surgically or naturally. We're all in this thing together. But just know that if you do decide to have the surgery, you got to put the work in for you to get the results ultimately that you want. All right? This is another episode of VSG Black-ish. Again, thank you so much for all the love. Hit that like button, share. And until next time, be healthy, be good, and be kind to yourself. All right, peace out.